विष्णुपादाय
नमो विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. All of us raising the hands together. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum nandete girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Devatarina Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. I welcome you all to today's very special Ekadashi special session. So I want to extend gratitude to all of you because it's very happy to see that how even on Saturdays, which is actually the only available day for us, so you all are coming here so that you can delve deeper into spirituality and help yourself in all possible ways. And whatever we are discussing, so we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the divine song of the Lord. And today's topic is a very nice topic, so you'll all have a really nice time understanding, exploring the inner self. We dedicate this presentation to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada is the founder, Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, that is ISKCON. And it's only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that today we are able to get this gem of Bhagavad Gita, which is Bhagavad Gita as it is, as what Krishna told, and translated into various languages and distributed all over the world. And coming to today's topic, so let's begin with the very trivial example. So I have put this on the slide. So let's say you have let's say you all are my very close friends. So I'm going outstation this week. So tomorrow I'm going outstation. So I come to each one of you and I tell you that this is like 10 lakhs. See, I cannot keep this money in my bank, in my home now. So please keep it for yourself. I'll collect it next month when I come back. Okay, I give you all and you all keep it very safely. And then when I come next month, and then when I ask you, please give me my 10 lakh, you'll all give me, right? You'll all give me the 10 lakh back. So did you all feel anything bad when giving the 10 lakh back? Anything little bad? Oh, why is she asking? No, it was my 10 lakh which I had given for you to take care of. So yeah, nothing happened. So you're all okay. No attachment at all. Now next what happens is, let's say you won a lottery, 1 crore lottery. So you all are getting 1 crore now, and then again same thing. The same, within another week some burglary happens or somebody attacks you and they take off that 1 crore or some amount of that 1 crore. Or how do you feel? Oh, you are a very good soul. I would be so miserable. Because as soon as I get that money, what will I think? This is my money. And I will have hundreds of plans. I will go to this place, I'll buy these things, I'll gift these things. So in my mind I'll have hundreds of plans and I'll have so many preparations and plans. So I'll have so much attachment to that money that now, no matter in which way it goes, I feel so miserable, I feel so bad about that money. And here actually, any other example also you can take, like an example of a car or anything else. Let's say have you seen when some people, when their car gets a little scratch, because of somebody else, how the way they fight as if their hands and legs are hurt. It's because they have so much attachment to that car. But you see, the end result of this attachment, you see, it is something actually that is not us. It's not something us, but we are attached to it. And when it goes away from us, what do we feel? We feel very, very pity. We feel very bad, and it takes us lot of time to just get out of it. And that which we give attachment to, that brings us actually trouble, actually misery. Now that is the point I wanted to state. Now, so okay, the question to ask is attachment actually bad? No? Just now I gave you example so that you say yes.
But it shouldn't be bad. It's a natural thing in any human being or in any living being.
It's a natural thing in living being, okay, but is it good or bad? Bad? Really?
It's not bad, but thing is the attachment, how we are carrying. So that's depends.
How we are carrying, that depends. See, however we carry, at the end of the day, see, nothing is in our hands. Anything can happen and we can lose anything, correct? So the point is that attachment to what? The object of attachment is what that matters actually. Object of attachment, if it is something temporary, like that we have like some money, some car or some possessions, then that brings misery. But attachment to something permanent, that we know that we will never lose it. So, I mean, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't go away from us at all. So then we will not be worried about it at all. And that attachment is actually good, because via that attachment, we will never be anxious. We will never feel insecurity, or we will never feel that fear of missing out or fear of losing it or something like that. So, from the points of Bhagavad Gita, so when Arjuna, when he is on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he is actually attached to all his family members. If you see, what is he asking? He is asking, how can I fight with my family members? He is asking. Now, if you see, Arjuna did not want to fight in general, because actually he is seeing that yes, they are my kinsmen, but who are they? The Kauravas, they didn't even, have you heard that story? They didn't even, when Krishna goes to ask that you give at least 5 villages, because the nature of the Kshatriya is to rule. So let's say, what is the nature of the student? Is to go and study. Let's say the teacher doesn't give any book at all. What do the parents go and say? At least give one book so that he sits and he studies something. So similarly, Krishna goes and asks, he tries to negotiate, telling that please give them 5 pieces of land so that they can rule over 5 Pandavas rule over 5 pieces of land. But Duryodhana will tell, I will not even give even little land where you can just prick a needle. You know how much place it takes to prick a needle? That much also I won't give. Now the war is inevitable, because the Pandavas were Kshatriyas, they cannot just sit idle. Now, and so many atrocities these Kauravas have made. They have tried to burn the Pandavas in the Lakshagraha, and they have tried to poison Bhima. So many things they make. And the same people, what Arjuna is telling, that these are my kinsmen and I don't want to fight with them. Because we see, on the when it comes to ground level attachment to temporary things, we become so blind. We become so blind to things. We become so blind to the things that are done to us. We become so blind to how temporary or permanent that object of attachment is. And so many other things, circumstances, we become so blind that because of attachment, we tend to lose our actual intelligence. And we tend to, like how Arjuna was asking, how can I punish my own family members? And these are the same family members who are trying to harm them, who are trying to kill them. They wouldn't even be existing if they would have killed them already. But because of the attachment, all these things, all these illusion happens. And Krishna's instruction, again, first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna starts with 2 instructions basically. Krishna says 2 things. One is, it's very, very important. It's not just for Arjuna, it's for all of us, because our problems right now, it's mainly because we are attached to so many temporary things. Here, Krishna is telling that you need to understand what is temporary, and you need to act on the platform that which is permanent. Because when we start acting on the platform of permanent, then the attachment doesn't lead to misery. That is the point. Now, like how I said, attachment, if no attachment, then we cannot gain anything. Because if we are not attached to them, somebody may come and snatch something and we just leave it, okay, no attachment at all. We need attachment. because like how Mataji was telling that one cannot be without attachment. Like Mataji was telling, it's so natural for all of us. But attachment to temporary things, it causes suffering. And see, I'm not telling this, Krishna is telling this. So Bhagavad Gita, like how I said, it's a life manual. So Bhagavad Gita is teaching us what is good, what is bad, why are we actually going through what that is so called bad. And one other example, you will all relate with me to this example. Let's say you all boarded a train, and now let's say the stop comes KSR Bangalore, and you just got down from the train. Now if say somebody is attached to that seat, let's say first class seat, basically. So let's say somebody is attached to that seat, and as soon as he comes out, he's thinking, oh, this seat, I don't know who sat on the seat. How are they taking care of the seat? Are they keeping it very clean and neat? It's like the third person. What does he feel? So foolish, right? Like it's just a passerby time, and you just got that seat, and now you are nowhere linked to that seat. But let's say you have attachment to that seat, that which is temporary. Whole next couple of days or couple of weeks, you'll be just thinking, like you'll be wasting your time thinking, oh, this is mine, oh, what happened to that seat, and who is taking care of it, and so on. Similarly, you can take any example to any temporary things. So the more we are attached to it, the more it will take time for us to come out of it when we lose it. See, temporary, the name itself means what? It doesn't stay with us forever. So whenever it goes, just that's it. We will end up cribbing, crying, and then we'll end up affecting our mood for a long period of time until we come out of that shock, basically. And in today's session, we'll mainly understand who we are and what is the actual permanent thing that I was speaking about from Bhagavad Gita, basically, and how can we act on the platform of permanence. Try to act on the platform of permanence so that we don't get troubled very often. I mean, I cannot promise you, okay, you don't get troubled all the time. But at least from the Bhagavad Gita, when we start applying these practical principles, I can assure you that the amount of trouble that you are getting today, it'll get lessened. So we will start with, we will go, I want to prove this on common sense fact, on the scientific fact, on the shastric fact. So we'll go with the common sense fact. So we'll have a small activity. So I'll just tell you that, okay, you point at this part of your body, like hands, legs, I'll be showing. So you can point at that part. So you can all point at your hands or lift your hands. Okay, you can all point at your hands, basically. You can point at your head. Okay, you can point at your feet. You can point at your stomach. Okay, now you can point at your whole body. Okay, now you can point at yourself. So, so you are telling that my whole body is also this, me is also this. So okay, now I'll make it more clear for you. Okay, when I tell this is my hands, okay, this is my hands, this is my legs, this is my face. Okay, we think this is mine. Okay, let's say this is my laptop, I say. So what is this? This is my laptop. Is this me? Everybody is clear? Is this me, this laptop? No. When I say it is something mine, it belongs to me. Correct? It is not that it is me. I say that this book belongs to me. Indirectly what I say, this is my book. This is my pen. Have you seen kids fighting? This is my pen. This is my pencil. But it is not that same kid who is the pencil is not equal to the kid. Similarly, when I say my hands, and I say especially my body. So what is this? This body belongs to me. So first statement I want you all to be clear is that when we say this is mine, my hand, my leg, my body, my face, so you should understand that there is something behind that mine who is actually owning that thing. And we will see who is owning that thing from Bhagavad Gita only. But the fact is that is not me. This hand is not me. This leg is not me. This body is not me. But it belongs to me as of now. Okay. Then second thing is that okay. One other common thing is when somebody dies. Let's say a person called Michael. He's dead now. So what do we say? In general, what do we say in different languages? We can say what do we say? In English, we say that he passed away. Right? He passed away. He left his body. Have you heard? He left his body. They say. At least in India, we are very very clear. So see, 5 minutes ago Michael was there. Okay, when we say, but now we say that he's dead. Now when we say that he's dead, what do we say? That he passed away. So which means the body is still there. Which means, again, I'm going back to the first point, which means we are not this body. If we are this body, then we would say that, okay, he's still there. He's still there. We would say that. But now what are we saying? We are saying that no, he's passed away. And in other languages also. In Hindi, what do we say? Guzar gaye. Correct? Any other people who are Telugu here? Chalipoyaru. Then in Kannada, Tiri Hodru. They say Tiri Hodru. Basically, we are trying to tell very, very clearly, at least I believe the fact that in India, at least, living aside all other countries, everybody is very clear of the fact that we are not this body. Somebody is in that body who left when they died. And see, one other common sense thing is, let's say somebody is dead, like I said, Michael is dead. So we want to know where Michael is. So we call like somebody, X person, and then we ask him. Do we ask him, where is Michael? He's dead now. What do we ask him? Where is Michael's dead body? We will never ask him, where is Michael, how is Michael, or where is he, is he here, is he there? We'll ask him, where is his dead body placed, where, what is happening with his dead body, and so on. And one other, in continuation, one other thing is, the examples that I'm giving is mainly to make you understand that we are basically not this body. It's a very, very simple thing, basic thing in spirituality that we have to understand. The fact is that we are not this body. Now, again, let's say I assume that I'm this body. Okay, now I assume I'm not different from body. Now, how can I challenge myself that yes, I'm something different from this body? Now, you have heard of this organ transplantation, correct? So, our organ transplantation, it happens after the person dies. So, after the person dies, actually, if the organs are not in working condition, can we transfer the organs? No. It said no that eye transplantation, kidney transplantation, certain amount of time until the organ is still active, then the organ transplantation can be done. Similarly, like now, the body is still there. The organs are still working. Which means, if I am that body, then I should be alive, right? Now, everything is as is. The same body which was there 5 minutes ago, the same body is there now also. All the organs are in the working condition. That's how the organ transplantation happens. After sometimes if you take the organs, the doctor will say, no, the organs are not in the working conditions. Which means all the organs which are there, which are in the working condition. Now, what is that which is missing? The Shastras, they say that, this is the organ transplantation that I was saying that the Shastras, we have, from the Shastras, we have a very, very beautiful shloka. So today mainly we'll be discussing about this shloka. But yeah, the fact is that we are not the body and we are somebody within this body. Basically, we are the spirit soul who are within this body. And you see, 5 minutes ago when the spirit soul is there, the body is all conscious. Consciousness is basically the symptom of the body. And now again, after 5 minutes when that person has left, basically the spirit soul has left the body. Now the same body is there, the same organs are there, but the spirit soul, the consciousness is gone away from the body, and we say that the body is dead body. Now we will all, you can all repeat this shloka. This is a very, very beautiful shloka. Dehinosmin yata dehe Kaumaram yauvanam jara Tata dehantara praptir Dhiras tatra na muhyati. This is actually one of the first of the shlokas that I learned. I learned and I recited. This is one of the shlokas that I learned. Anybody can loudly read the translation? It's a simple translation, you can read. Anybody?
As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
So we will divide the shloka. See, we are all learning the shloka for the first time. So we will all divide the shloka into 4 parts, and we'll just discuss these 4 parts today. So, Dehinosmin Yata Dehi is the first part, but I'll start explaining from the second part. What is the second part? Kaumaram Yauvanam Jara. Kaumaram means youth, Yauvanam means Kaumaram means boyhood, Yauvanam means youth, Jara means old age. Okay? What is Kaumaram? Boyhood. childhood basically, Yauvanam, youth, and Jara, the old age. So this is again an activity. So you can all name these personalities. These are very very famous personalities. So you can all name these from like right to left, from Mother Teresa to other side. You can start naming. So first one is
Mother Teresa.
second one is A.R. Rahman. Third one is Einstein. Then Nelson Mandela, Roger Federer. Then Steve Jobs, Obama, Oprah Winfrey. Queen Elizabeth. Okay, everybody is at least little aware about all these personalities. Now the activity is, I'll show you the childhood, boyhood, youthhood and old age pics of these personalities. So you have to guess who is who. Okay, it's a fun activity.
First one is Elizabeth.
No, it's all the same. But see, you are not. It's very very difficult to even judge. First, all the three are same person. Einstein, Mother Teresa. What are the other examples? Okay, we'll see. This one? Queen Elizabeth, you are telling. Okay, fine, I'll accept it. This one? Roger? Okay, we'll see the answer. Roger. Okay, 2 out of 3. Okay, we'll continue. This is the easy one. Nelson Mandela. Second one? Mother Teresa. See this middle picture? And the last one? Obama. Okay, 3 out of 3. Okay, see now the fact is that I said Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Jara. Okay, again the same back to point 0 that if we see the body goes through 3 phases, basically multiple phases, but majorly 3 phases. That is childhood, then youth, and then old age. We have passed our childhood. Now we are in the youth, and we are anticipating our old age. Sooner or later. We don't even know what is the old age in these days. Okay, so now the point is that every point of phase when the person is changing, you can see the body is the one which is changing. The body was initially let's take the example of Mother Teresa. So Mother Teresa had a very very young, very very gentle, very very small like kid body, and then she grew up a little, and then she grew up to some extent, and then she got like old, and then she got into a normal middle age, and then she got old basically. Now what is changing here? The changing part is that which is basically the body. And any scientific facts if I have to give, when anybody knows what is the number of bones that are in the newborn baby? 206 is in us. 300 is the number of bones when the baby is born, and like how you said that now the current bone is 206. So even we see number of bones have changed, and you all will accept this fact that the number of cells keep replicating and we keep changing. So it is said that once in 7 to 10 years basically the whole body is completely changed, and all the old cells die and the new cells are born. And we see in this way, we see that every phase of our life, the body is changing. Let's say Mother Teresa, we don't say no that Mother Teresa the body is changed from Kaumaram, Yauvanam and Jara, but we don't say what do we identify that person with? The Mother Teresa, the same name we identify with. We are not changing the personality basically. So again, from this I wanted to conclude the point that the body is the one which is changing and which is basically becoming old over time. A very simple thing is, even a 3 month old child, we say that 3 months old. So the body, as and when the time passes, the body is getting old, and the body is that which is changing. The cells, the bones, everything basically is changing. But the person, the Mother Teresa, she is the same. So again, the point is we are different from the body. Otherwise, we would say that youthful Mother Teresa, then second name, then third name we would have told. So the how if the body changes, the identity can remain the same? Because the one which we identify ourselves with is something different from the body, and that remains fixed throughout. It remains fixed. And now the first part we will see. Dehinosmin yata dehe. So we will discuss about two things, that is dehi and that is deha. Now, like if I ask you the question that right now we understood that we are soul, spirit soul. We are not this body. So my question is, how many types of body we have? Anybody knows how many types of body we have?
Physical body, emotional body.
Physical body, emotional body. No, you are right. But yeah, I mean, how many number you can tell me if you know? 1, 2, 10, 100. 3. What is the third one? Okay, so we will see from Shastras what Shastras has to say. So we are soul basically. Everybody is clear that we are soul, we are not body. Anybody has a question? You can ask if you have a question still that no, I still think that I'm this body, I'm not this soul. I can give you more examples. Okay, soul. We are the soul. Everybody is clear with the fact that we are not body, we are soul. Now we are asking the question, how many bodies we have? So we have a subtle body, and then we have a gross body, like how Mataji was telling that in other terms some emotional body and physical body she was telling, but the Sanskrit terms like actual terms are subtle body and gross body. So we'll understand what is the subtle body, gross body from again a shloka from Bhagavad Gita. Bhumir, you can repeat. Bhumirapo analo vayu Khammano buddhireva cha Ahankara ityamme Vinna prakriti rashtadha. Anybody can read? Translation very loudly.
Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separated material energies.
So we see that what are the first 5?
Earth, water, fire, air, and mind.
Okay. So these first 5 basically earth, water, fire, air, ether. Basically these are the first 5. These are our physical body. They are made up of these 5 things. What are the 5 things? You would have heard of these things also. Bhumi, like Pancha Mahabhuta, we say that. Pancha Mahabhuta. Bhumi, Apo, Analo, Vayu. Kham. That is earth, water, fire, air and ether. Okay, everybody is clear about what our body is made up of? Physical body. Now the subtle body which I spoke about. What are the other things? Other 3 things that is discussed here in this shloka? Mind, intelligence and false ego. Correct? So mind, intelligence and false ego are like the subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence and false ego. Now actually we have a separate session called Mind Your Mind, where we discuss the various intricacies of the mind and how our mind is a monkey mind, how it all gives us a trouble and everything, what is the solution, everything. We have a separate session, very soon we will have that session. But today's point of discussion is what is the subtle body made up of? Mind, intelligence and false ego. So see, mind, it works on the basis of, just to give a trailer, mind works on the basis of likes and dislikes. So the principle of mind is likes and dislikes, and the principle of intelligence is right or wrong. Basically the decision making ability is taken by intelligence. And false ego is the one which is telling that you are this body, not soul, you are this body, not soul. So many of times we think, no, we are just this body. We want to decorate ourselves, we want to look good, and then if something happens to our body, we identify it as ourselves. There is a very, very thin layer between soul and body, and even though as Indians we know that he passed away, his dead body, but still we identify ourselves as this body. That's why I took so many slides to explain that no, we are the soul, we are not the body. And here the false ego is the element that makes us back and forth. It makes us believe the fact that we are body, your body, your body, your body. In so many ways it is trying to prove. Now again, if I ask you the basic difference between mind and intelligence. So let's say a diabetic patient, he goes to like very very full-fledged shadi to like then he goes to the favorite part, that is lunch, and then he takes his plate and he roams all around. Now the doctor has warned him that if you eat one more sweet you will die. Now he filled his plate with everything and now he's coming to the sweet section. Now what is his intelligence telling? This is wrong. If you eat, you will die, you will suffer. And what is mind telling? Mind works based on likes and dislikes. Mind is telling this gulab jamun, you like it, just take it. So in this way, there is like so much like politics going on even within ourselves. That's why we see most of the trouble is because mind overpowers the intelligence which is right, and then we start like falling for the intelligence. So the two coverings are like the gross body and the subtle body. Like how I said, the gross body, the subtle body is like an inner jacket, and the gross body is like the overcoat. And the role of the false ego that basically is to make us believe that we are this coat and we are not the soul. Okay, so you can repeat this shloka. This is also a very beautiful shloka. Apareyam itastvanyam prakritim vidime param jiva bhutam mahabhaho yedam dharyate jagat. Anybody can read? Loudly, quickly.
Beside these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which compromises the living entities who are exploring the resources of this material inferior nature.
So what is material nature? It's an inferior nature. And what is the living force, the soul? It's a superior nature. And what the shloka is telling is the material, the superior nature is exploiting the inferior nature. So we'll like this is a very 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 nice example. Basically, it's given from the Upanishads. So here actually the 5 horses, it is representing the five senses. What are the 5 senses? Eyes, nose, ears, skin and tongue. Basically these 5 senses. And the rope is there, no? That rope is compared to, anybody knows? Mind. Okay, and the one who is controlling the rope, who is? Intelligence. Yes. So all are clear. 5 senses, and rope is mind, and the controller is intelligence. And you can see somebody is sitting within that chariot who is very very horrified. That is us, the soul. We are so horrified by the acts of the mind and the senses. Now, like how I said, we'll be discussing more about this in the Mind Your Mind session, but the fact is that the 5 senses are compared to deadly voracious animals basically. And if these 5 senses, basically the 5 horses, if they are not controlled with the help of the ropes, who has to control the rope? Intelligence. If the intelligence let looses the rope, what happens? The horses will go hither and thither. And what will happen to the person who is in the chariot? His journey will be completely spoiled, because let's say one horse wants to go here, other horse wants to go left, one horse wants to go straight. Will the horse move basically? No, everybody is trying to pull in different directions, and the person, you can see the soul is like completely horrified. And this is our position. When we ask why are we troubled, why are we going through so many issues, why are we going through all these problems? Because our mind is not controlled by the intelligence. So all the senses are going in hither different directions, and then what happens? Then what happens is the soul, that is us basically, we are actual sufferers. We are not able to do anything, we are not able to go anywhere. We are just like we are being impacted by the actions of these senses and the mind basically. And the more we have control over the intelligence, the more the intelligence can strengthen the rope and hold all the 5 senses, basically the 5 horses, and the horse goes in straight direction and we start moving smoothly, so smoothly that we don't face any trouble. So now the third part we will discuss, Thata Dehantara Praptir. So now again the example, we will go to the scientific part of this session basically. So we said that first thing, we said that we have attachment is usual, but attachment to temporary things is bad, attachment to permanent things is good. Now we discussed what is the like temporary. The temporary thing is the body basically, and we gave so many examples that why body is temporary and how we are different from this body. Then we moved on to say that we have how many bodies? Two body. Who are we? Are we body? No, we are the spirit soul. So the two bodies, gross body and subtle body. So the gross body is made up of earth, water, fire, air and ether, and subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence and false ego. Now we are telling that, let's say, now we say that Michael is dead. So where is the soul going to? Now what is given in the scripture? The soul, you can read what is written in the bold. The soul similarly passes on to another body at death. So we are clear that we are soul, and when somebody dies, so he basically gets into another body. Now we are like, these are the two coverings. We are the soul, and what happens at the time of death? At the time of death, okay, now the question is, who moves to the next body? Soul. Then anybody believes that gross body also? Subtle body?
Subtle body moves, maybe.
Maybe.
But
Okay.
gross body doesn't.
Gross body doesn't move. Everybody is like very sure, because I gave that example that body is still lying there. That body which is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta is still lying there. And now when, like how I told, new gross body when we get, so the soul basically moves. Along with that, the subtle body. What is the subtle body made up of? Mind, intelligence and false ego. It moves. So like we will discuss about how the science like mind, intelligence and false ego moves. So we'll discuss about three main concepts from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. First chapter is reincarnation. So again, all these facts that I'm giving you, it's not something I made up and I'm giving you. It's from the internet. It's from the people who have researched, figured out. We have just taken time to put this on the slide basically. So this Dr. Ian Stevenson, basically he has studied more than 3,000 plus cases of reincarnation, and like these reincarnation cases are very simple. Let's say some kid is born in some family and he thinks that you are not my parents, this is not my place, I was actually doing some other profession, I belong to some other community, like that. Let's see, this is an again example. His name is like Deep Kapadia. So this is again the one which I put. It's basically the one which we have put is basically the newspaper clippings you can see. So this Deep Kapadia, he is just a 3.5 years old boy. So he was staying in Borivali in Mumbai, and when he started growing like this, so he started. Like he was telling his parents that you are not my parents, this is not my place and things like that. And it became so worse that he didn't want to stay there at that place. And then they tried to give him medicines, they tried to like treat him basically in so many psychological ways, but they realized that this is not a disease to be treated. And then they take the help of these research scientists who are actually like working after these reincarnation and things like that. And when this whole research team comes to their home, so he says that my name is Pannalal Agarwal, and I am a guard at Udaipur Palace. I'm a guard, and I have a 32-year-old son, and I have a house here, and I work at this place. Please take me there, he says. And they book the train and things like that, and they start moving from Mumbai to Udaipur. And when almost one stop is about to come, so he starts saying the next stop is Udaipur, let's all get down. You can imagine, 3-year-old boy who has not even travelled in his life once, he's saying. And then he takes them to the like Udaipur Palace basically, and then he starts explaining, here this is there, guard, they know where is what, here this is there, here that is there. Then there will be only few things which only the guard will know. So along with all other guards, this Pannalal Agarwal also, he was knowing those things, so he will reveal those things. So other guards will accept that this person, there is no other person who can know this except us few. And then when he goes home, basically his 32-year-old son, he comes out, he hugs him, he says that like my beta, mere beta, like that he hugs him. So even that son will be in shock, and he'll tell his son's name, and then he will like tell him, then the son will tell him that like for our protection we have kept something in our house, where is it? Then he'll go up to the second floor or so, then he will open remove the photo, and then behind that there will be a revolver. He will show that revolver also. By all those things it will be proved that yes, I mean this person has like all the memory of all the past life things that which he has done basically. And this science of reincarnation basically. So now you may ask me, like, if he can remember, why cannot I remember?
Yeah.
So now the fact is, let's say somebody went through car accident. Okay, they have all the memories of car accident. Do you think in this life he will ever be able to enter into that car, any car again? No. See, so many lives we have had, and every life is like this life only. So many things are so much troubling. We don't even want to remember it now. It is Lord's mercy that He has given us forgetfulness of the previous life. One in 100, 1 in 1,000 cases are given where they somehow or the other they carry along they carry their subtle body completely, like they carry their previous impressions completely, that they can clearly know. But let's say all of us would remember everything that we did, like it will be haunting to us. We cannot go to sleep also, because so many things would have happened to us, so many things we would have done, and so many experiences we would have experienced, and all those things in our mind. I mean, day for yesterday, if something bad happens, we cannot take it for 2 to 3 days. It's like we should be thankful to Krishna that he has not given us all the memories from the past. But anybody, if you want to know more about reincarnation, again, this is apart from scriptures, there are so many books, there's so many scientific researches, there are so many proofs that very very clearly prove the fact that yes, there is reincarnation. And now, let's say you have still little doubt, yeah, reincarnation may happen or not. So we have put this slide also. You might not remember everything about your life, but everybody will have some phobia, like phobia of heights, phobia of water, phobia of animals. Anybody has phobia of heights? Yeah, we have phobia of heights. We cannot go, like we feel like we will just fall and die. Even we cannot even climb. And see, when a child is born fresh. If you think a child is born fresh without any previous, without carrying the subtle body, basically mind, intelligence and false ego, where the memory is stored, where are these phobia coming from? Where is the fear coming from? If I have not gone through something, then how will I experience it now? How will I have that at least faint traces of experience? One is complete experience, that is reincarnation. One is this faint trace of experience. Phobia of water. So many, I have a friend, I am from Mangalore basically. We live in ocean. She doesn't come to ocean at all because she's so scared of oceans. And we are all scared of so many animals, snake or dog or some reptile like cockroach. Everybody. There is no person who can say that I don't have any phobia. They might not have recognized till now, but everybody will have. And likes and dislikes. Have you seen a small baby telling that I don't like this tomato, I don't like this fruit, I don't like milk, I don't like curd? My sister and me, we were opposites. I didn't like milk, she didn't like curd. So a small kid, you can imagine how is this likes and dislikes coming from? It's definitely from the past, like the memory that is being carried, but in a faint level basically. And the other thing is, so one we discussed about reincarnation, other thing is phobia. This we all can accept because we also have, we don't even know. We say, no, I don't know why I have this fear, but I have it. I don't know why I am fearful of dogs, but I am fearful of dogs. I cannot help it. And this third thing is near-death experience. This is basically about how, a person, the soul comes out of the body and he watches the body that yes, I am dying. And this basically happens during operations and things like that, where high dose anesthesia is given. And many people have even documented this in many doctors have documented this basically. So the ECG level will be very very mild. It will be very very mild. So just to save the person, they will give high dose of anesthesia and they will try the level best. But at that point of time, they say no, that almost dead, like that. The soul can come out of the body and he can see that yes, I am this is what is happening to me. And it's called clinically dead condition basically. And they can experience the death, and some or the other times if some medicine works, or basically if their lifespan is actually extended, then they can come back and they'll explain basically what happened to them, how they experienced death, and how they are saved from death. And how I said, this is not airy-gairy person giving in news or something. This is again documented by the doctors themselves when they have given high dose of anesthesia and they're almost declared as clinically dead. So by all these things we get to know that how the third part that we discussed, tata dehantara praptir. When we die, basically the soul moves from one body to another body, and soul carries along with the soul what is there? The subtle body that is there, which is basically in a faint level it is there. The mind, false ego and intelligence. And the last part now is Dhiras Tatrana Muhyati. That is a sober person, I mean very intelligent person. He is not bewildered by such a change. We see stable person. Even if you see the corporate people, they look for somebody who is stable, correct? And how to become stable? When we have the spiritual practices, when we realize that we are soul, and when we start acting on the platform of permanence, that time we get this stage where we will not be bewildered by all these changes, and we become very, very equipoised. So I like this statement a lot. We are not human beings with spiritual experience. We are actually spiritual beings with human experience. Very, very simple statement, but very, very profound. And many a times we miss this. We think that we are body. We think that we have a lot of, now we think that we have the spiritual experience. No, we are spirits. We will be spirits. We are just having this body now. Next we will be having another body, and so on. And now, what is the benefit of me knowing that I am the soul? I am the soul, I am not this body. So we start working on the platform of universal brotherhood. We will not see that you are black, you are white, you are this, you are that. We will see that we are all soul. We are all soul, part of the supreme soul, who is the super soul. And automatically we start thinking that we are all there for each other. We are all non-different basically. And so many of the crime, fights, everything is happening because we see ourselves as different. Second thing is rising above the inferiority complex. The more we associate ourselves with our body, the more we feel inferiority complex. A dark person may feel I'm dark, a thin person may feel I'm thin, a fat person may feel I'm fat. Again, so many examples I can give. We can all come out of this inferiority complex when we know that we are the soul. We just got this body, that's it. And we have a positive outlook and attitude to life. Like how I said, when something happens to our body, or when we go through various changes, when we grow old, grow fat, grow thin, we know that this is not me. This is just a phase of my life. I am the soul. I am an eternal living entity. Nothing can happen to me. And right use of the resources. Like we will not exploit others. Even in the previous shloka we read, no? Spiritual beings exploiting the material nature. We will see that we are Vasudeva Kutumbakam. We are all one. We are all under the same tree, the same supreme tree. And coming to the last section, that is the practical tip. So, the soul, the subtle body and the gross body. Last time, how many of you attended the session last time? So we discussed about the needs, 4 needs. Anybody remember? No, 4 needs we discussed. Needs of the physical body, psychological needs, emotional needs and spiritual needs. So the physical need is satisfied by the gross body basically. And the psychological and emotional needs is satisfied by the subtle body. Subtle body deals with all these psychological and emotional needs. And we discussed in depth. So if you have not gone through, we have a recording also, you can go through. The psychological and emotional needs, majority of the people satisfy this, but still they are not happy. Still they are not satisfied because the spiritual needs, that is the needs of the soul, is not taken care of. And the best example is, let's say, there is a bird and there is a cage. The bird is compared to the soul and the cage is compared to the body. We decorate the body, we take care of the body, we give it nutrients, we give it medicine, we give it everything. And let's say in the same way, let's say we decorate the cage, we paint it, we make it we bring the golden cage, we do every possible thing to the cage, but we don't feed the bird. What happens to the bird? The bird dies. Similarly, we take care. We give all these physical needs, emotional needs, everything, but if we don't take care of the soul, then we'll die. And that's why I always tell to my friends, my family, everything, spiritual practices are not a optional thing. It's a must for us to live, because we are spiritual beings. For us to live, spiritual thing is a must. Spiritual activities are must. So don't starve the spirit soul. So how can we feed the spirit soul? So by mantra meditation that we'll do now, and then by studying Bhagavad Gita daily, because Bhagavad Gita is the book of the soul. It's a food for the soul. So much food we are giving to the body. This is the right time to give the food for the soul, because see, no matter how long you will survive by feeding the body, by painting the cage and everything, there will come a point where you will be so much harmed that you cannot do anything. You cannot go left, right, center, because all that is happening to us is because we are recognizing ourselves as this body and we are feeding the body. Definitely we have to feed the body. We have to take bath, we have to eat food, we have to take care of everything. But along with that, don't forget the spiritual need. And other thing is, by association like this, when we come along with the like-minded people, when we hear from Bhagavad Gita, when we get to know who we are, what we have to actually do, like when we hear the divine song of Lord, we can see which platform we have to act and which platform we shouldn't. And the best part is, like I always say that my mentor used to always say, कुछ भी छोड़ना नहीं है, but बस कृष्णा को सबसे जोड़ना है. You just have to act on whatever you are doing, you just have to act on the spiritual platform. That's it. Like how we are all are like working professionals, we are just over the weekends we are volunteering, and over the weekdays we are doing these things. We are studying Bhagavad Gita, we are at least one shloka per day, we are doing chanting, which is like a food for soul. And weekends we never miss either giving sessions or taking sessions. Like morning 7 o'clock I had a session here, same in-depth Bhagavad Gita session here. So we attend these sessions, like-minded people, we get surcharged by them. So this is like a weekly charger booster for all of you. So don't miss these sessions. So these 3 things you can remember: chanting, reading Bhagavad Gita daily, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra daily, and association of the like-minded spirituals. You all have got the beats? We can chant.
Question.
Yes, we can take questions.
Like, I just wanted to understand this thing. It's like, suppose someone is going through an operation phase, so they are giving anesthesia, right? So it's like it is given to the physical body, right?
Yes.
So like our soul is of course different from it.
Yes.
So it's like our soul